Elsewhere in college football, we will be seeing if the Sooners can back up another impressive road win with a victory against Missouri. I just mentioned Oklahoma as one of those teams that if they can just take care of business and land the plane. Here's the issue, though. Missouri's a not dead team. We'll see what LSU has for the end of the season, but they certainly showed some fight in a win against Arkansas last week. Tom, we're looking on the screen, youtube.com/cover3 of Missouri's rushing offense against Oklahoma's run defense. Clearly, the downfield passing attack is not part of the repertoire for the Tigers this year. Do you think that Missouri is going to be able to move the football on Oklahoma?
No.
Okay.
No. I listen, like Missouri's rushing offense kind of hit. They've had a couple good games in the last couple weeks, but I think like Mississippi State's a terrible defense, which kind of papers over some of it. I think that if you look at how Missouri's been this year, when they've played the better teams in the SEC, or at least the better defenses in the SEC, I don't want to throw Auburn out by calling them a better team, but like the rushing attack has struggled. Like if you look at Ahmad Hardy's overall numbers, a lot of those have come in very like half of Mizzou's games. He's also had a lot of bad games. So I don't think going into this one, especially with the uncertainty at quarterback, is Bo Pribula playing? Do we know? Is he coming back? I don't know. But I just don't feel like anybody can run against Oklahoma because Oklahoma has faced good offenses and Oklahoma has stopped all of those rushing offenses. So I think that just matchup wise, I have to give Oklahoma's defense the edge here, which then turns this into a situation of, do you believe Missouri can throw the ball well enough against Oklahoma to put points on the board? And I don't, because we saw the Oklahoma defense struggle against Tennessee and Ole Miss in the passing game. The secondary was getting picked apart pretty good by those two offenses, but the problems that I saw in those games weren't there last week. They figured it out. They fixed whatever it was against Alabama. That was Alabama's worst passing offense, like performance, as far as EPA is concerned, since the Florida State loss. So Oklahoma seems to have figured that out. And now Mizzou's got to deal with them, and they're coming off a huge win. So maybe you hope for the letdown. But I feel like Missouri's truest path to winning this game is John Mateer doing John Mateer things, and not in the good way. Like getting to him, pressuring him, forcing him into making throws that he shouldn't be making, and just kind of putting the ball in danger, getting turnovers, getting short fields, kind of like what they did to Alabama, Oklahoma did to Alabama last week.
I would say this would be my Bud voice. Who are the best rushing attacks they face? Like, let's spitball this here. They did struggle to stop the run against Michigan.
7-8, but I was looking at that.
That was on one run, though.
75 yards on one Justice Haynes touchdown run. So that.
Okay, now let's do Texas. Yeah. What about Texas?
That was a bad performance.
Have a good run game, though.
Okay, but I do like. So I'm fascinated by this matchup because, and I do think it does matter if Bo Pribs plays because Zollers has struggled. But I don't know if it's not like you're getting back Ty Simpson or Gunnar Stockton. Like he's still a little bit dicey. He has not played great against the better defenses he's played, but at least you have to defend the pass. Like you have to worry about it somewhat, because if it's Zollers, I think you're going to see them just sell out and be like, go ahead, beat us in the air. And then I don't think they'll be able to run the football, where I think it'll get back a little bit to like the Michigan game where you do run the risk of one big play. Like, and that's where I think Mizzou, it'll be a really good test for them. How committed are they to the run, where Maud Hardy's best back in the SEC. You keep hammering it up there, and you're really but you're like, no, we're going to keep hammering it. And then all it takes is that one big play. And Oklahoma's offense, it is a liability. It has not been very good. So I think this game is intriguing. If it was in Columbia, I think it would be way more intriguing. Like, ooh, Oklahoma could get beat. Like, I don't think Oklahoma will get beat, but I think they could get scared. I think it could be a nerve-wracking game. Like for them, you'll take an ugly win all day long.
And the other side of this too is like, as far as Oklahoma's offense is concerned, you would think that if you want to avoid Mateer making those mistakes, you want to lean on your run game. And Oklahoma had been struggling to run the ball all year, but then we'd kind of seen in recent weeks, they weren't elite. They weren't great at it, but they were figuring things out in the run game. And then last week came and they couldn't do anything in the ground game. Like Alabama was going to take it away. And while Missouri does not have the same level of run defense that Oklahoma has put up this year, it's still one of the better run defenses in the country. Like, it's a top 25 unit in most of those stats. So if Oklahoma is unable to establish the run in this game and they have to put it all on Mateer, whether that's with his arm and his legs and just letting him be, Mr. Do-it-all, carry the offense on my back, I don't think that's great for Oklahoma. Like, I think it's very important for the Sooners to be able to run the ball in this game. And I also think Satania at receiver has kind of emerged in recent weeks, which is nice because I think that gives him another weapon in the passing game. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be low scoring, put it that way. I think this is going to be very, like, the total is 42.5. I think that is going to be very much how this game plays out.
Yeah, Justin in the tailgate says if Mizzou is so woeful, shouldn't the line be bigger than 7.5? But here's the thing: 7.5 and a 42.5 total is, it's a big number.
24 to 17.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it at 9.5 or was it never that high?
I thought 9.5 was USC Oregon.
Okay.
Remember,
I saw this one bigger, but yeah, this line feels tight. Like, this is where I would expect it to be.
Big game for Kirby Moore. We go into this season. He joined the Mizzou staff back in 2023. You hear people be like, "Oh yeah, Kirby Moore. He's like good offensive mind. Kirby Moore, good offensive mind." I mean, I'm sorry if I've just been under a rock. I don't think we've mentioned it here. That's Kellen's brother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Come on, Kirby.
I'm going
to say, are you going to be a Garrett Riley? Okay. Or are you going to be, we've got a lot of first families of play callers out here, and it doesn't always work out, huh?
Unfortunately, he doesn't have Marcel Reed, though. That's where I wonder whoever plays quarterback, it's going to be a long afternoon. And you just and I think for both, so I think it could be long for Mateer too. And the thing that he did against Alabama is he was patient. He didn't get antsy. He didn't try to make the big play. And I wonder if they've been talking to him, coaching him up, saying, hey, I know you're used to putting up big numbers, getting big touchdown plays. It is okay to just get back to the line of scrimmage and line it up for second down. Because I do think he's done better, but that still does concern me for Oklahoma.
Yep. That one in Norman should be a very, very interesting one. Also, from the vibes off-field department, what we make of Eli Drinkwitz's prepared statements at the podium earlier this week. We like them. Feeling antsy. We're shopping. Is Drink waiting on Lane? Mizzou fans didn't love it.
No. No, they didn't. I think if you're a fan, you want your coach to make the choice. But I think for the coach, it doesn't make a ton of sense to say one thing definitively one way or the other, because maybe he's interested in another job. Maybe he has no interest in another job, but he might be interested in a raise.
Don't you think all of them, if they don't sign it after a month of rumors, that they are shopping around?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're like, yeah.
Well, like, you don't have to say anything. Your actions speak louder than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as, it's like, I wasn't, like, when they stay, I wasn't looking around. And whenever you do hire a coach, he was the top target on our board. He was the only one we made an offer to. It's happening all the time. Like, all these coaches are represented by like 5 or 6 different agents. And these agents are talking to the ADs and they're like, well, I've got this guy. I've got this guy. I've got this guy. Like, the agent is doing their job. He's shopping them all around. That's literally what he's paid to do.
Agents also sometimes represent the athletic directors too.
Yes.
So,
and the players.
Yes.
Same for all of them.